YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here with another Washington Commanders video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here with a video where we're going to be talking about Chase Young and him actually returning to practice, but not him just returning to practice, but actually participating. We got some video footage of it. I'm going to show you guys that, and we also have some unfortunate injury news on guys like Cole Holcomb, who may not be back anytime soon, and also some other players like cornerback Benjamin St. Juste. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case, our Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers. So hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to check out my Top of the Morning show that goes live every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Now, with that out the way, let's get straight into today's video. So, happy Thanksgiving Eve to everyone out there. Hope your day is going well. And let's go ahead and, kick things off by talking about today's topic. So, Chase Young, okay, as we know, he has been, supposedly making his return for the past couple of weeks now. And every time around this time of the week, we hear, oh, he's expected to play, he might play, and then we get to like Thursday, Friday, and then we hear from Ron Rivera and all the coaching staff that he's not quite there yet, still not comfortable, or still not, there yet as far as getting ready to play. But what we haven't seen was actual footage of him really practicing. I mean, you saw little clips here and there from doing individual work in the bubble and stuff like that, because he actually participated in practice today. So that gives me a little bit of some positive hope that he may actually play, if not this week, maybe next week. Like I told you, him being activated to the roster really doesn't mean nothing. That just prevents them from having to put him on season-ending IR. But that doesn't necessarily mean with him being activated that he will play this week, okay? That just buys them more time to hold him out to see if he can play, in the coming weeks, if it's not going to be Sunday versus the Falcons. So let me break it down to you. So as you guys know, Chase Young, he's been out, right? And you really don't see nothing about it on game days. But now that he's on the active roster, it's not a guarantee that he plays. So if he doesn't, you're going to see him on the inactive list. His name is going to start to show up on the inactive list. Okay, so that's something to keep an eye out on if he doesn't play. That's something new. But let me go ahead and show you the clip that I seen today. That kind of gave me some hope that Chase Young may actually have a shot at playing this week. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that. And also, we're going to talk about the other guys that are also banged up, like Cole Holcomb and Benjamin St. Juste on the other side of this. So let me go ahead and show you guys this clip. Enjoy. So as you see him right there, going through the individual drills, I mean, he looks all right. It is a little concerning that he's still wearing that big knee brace or whatever. But I'll be honest, this is the most encouraged that I've seen, or have encouraged that I've been about Chase Young since we've heard about him being, back at practice. I'm pretty sure him wearing that knee brace will probably be on if he does in fact play. But it is, again, a little encouraging that he's moving like that. Like, that's the quickest, that's the sharpest I've seen him move so far. And that gives me a little bit of hope. However, again, it's not a guarantee that he plays. But there goes the clip of Chase Young. Now, let's go ahead and shout out to Commander's coverage. Let's go ahead and read the notes that he has provided for us. He says, Cole Holcomb will see a foot specialist as he has been out since October 23rd. Unfortunately, it doesn't sound like Holcomb is close to return, and that is per John Kine. Again, Cole Holcomb being out, that is a huge blow because we need him. Okay, we need him. We're not going to be able to keep surviving with John Bostic. Okay, Jamin Davis, he has emerged and he will continue to get better. And that gives me hope. Okay, that he's good, but we also need Holcomb. Okay, we need him back. I thought something I thought was a little sprain obviously seems like it's something much more than that. And John Bostic is okay. He's a savvy veteran, but he's nowhere near Holcomb. Then Rivera says this on Chase Young. He says Rivera, he looked good, showed us some things we've been looking for. So that's good. So obviously, in the past, Chase Young haven't been showing Ron Rivera and the coaching staff and the training staff some things that he wasn't able to do yet. And today he was able to do that. And you can clearly see by this little clip that this may have been his best day yet. Look at how he's moving. He's moving, hitting the bags, he's cutting, bending on that knee, turning. Look at that spin right here, turning right back up and going back through it. He looks good. Okay, I'm not saying he looks good. I don't want to hype him up and say he looked good like he's ready to play because we don't know that yet. But he looked good today. As Ron Rivera often likes to say, it's all about how he feels the next day. How is he going to feel when he wakes up today? Because he did participate in practice in a limited capacity today. So how is he going to feel tomorrow waking up? Is he going to be good to go? Is he going to be able to have another limited capacity or even full? So we'll see with that. But Ron Rivera said that he's definitely showed them some type of promise. And then next thing he says is Carson Wentz. He did return to practice today, but he's yet to be activated. Rivera stated he wants to bring him back at a measured pace. So they want to give him time, similar to what they're doing with Chase Young. They're not rushing him back. They're allowing him to come back when he seems to be ready. They want to work him out, let him go through practice a couple weeks before we reactivate him. So Sam Howell will continue to back up Taylor Heineke. Carson Wentz is back at practice yet again, but he is not going to be the backup quarterback. Then you go over to Ron Rivera talking about Logan Thomas. Rivera on Logan Thomas, he's starting to look like himself again. And I clearly said that. Everyone clearly said that. And we all seen that watching the game. He had his best game yet. And he was looking like 2020 Logan Thomas all over again. The guy that was a red zone threat, a big body, and a guy that earned that contract. So I'm glad to see Logan Thomas is finally back healthy. And we're going to need a lot of Logan Thomas down this stretch of the season. So shout out to Logan, and hopefully he can stay healthy and continue to keep being a big target for Taylor Heineke. Then you go over to the note that I just talked about. Sam Howell will remain the backup quarterback right now, although Rivera said we'll take it one game at a time in determining the backup role. So again, like I said, they are going to roll with Sam Howell for the time being. That doesn't necessarily mean that Sam Howell is going to be the backup, in 2 weeks from now. Okay, that just means right now they want to bring him on along, slow that being Carson Wentz, and then they'll see how he looks in a couple weeks from now. But that is like the notes and nuggets from today's presser and the video of Chase Young. That's the big video that I want to show you guys. Now let's get into some of the guys that didn't practice. You got obviously Cole Holcomb, as we talked about with the foot injury, and then you got James Smith-Williams. He had an illness. He should be okay, although I don't want to just say that because you never know how severe these illnesses is. But hopefully he is okay. Benjamin St-Juste dealing with the ankle. He did injure his ankle in the game versus Houston on the deflected pass that their forced interception. But he did say in the locker room that he was okay. But players in the heat of the moment, happy off the win, they're going to say they're okay until the blood settles and swelling starts to happen, if there is any, the next day. So we don't know necessarily where he is yet, but obviously it was severe enough to keep him out of practice today. But again, like we always say, if you're going to miss a day of practice, Wednesday is the day to miss because it's just the install process. But we'll see. Tomorrow's a big day to see if St-Juste can play, because if St-Juste can't go, then that is definitely going to be a really, really big loss, because as we know, he has been morphing into this cornerback one. And then you look at behind him, who do we really have behind him? Danny Johnson. You might have to call up some guys from the practice squad. That means Kendall Fuller will have to now go back to cornerback one. So we definitely need Benjamin St-Juste out there, because if he's not, then we might have to call up Rashad Wild Goose or something like that, activate him to the roster. So there's the update on Juice. And then the limited competence. or the limited participants rather. Chase Young, like I said, Chase Young, that's the big name. He was limited today. We'll see how he feels tomorrow. As Ron Rivera likes to say, it's all about how he feels the next day after the day he practiced. Then you got Tyler Larson. He was limited today. And I think he's still dealing with his little injury. I think it was his back injury that he was dealing with. Then you got David Mayo dealing with the hamstring. He's limited, so that's a good sign and his possibility for his availability on Sunday. We've been without him for the past couple weeks. Then Logan Thomas being limited too. We need him. Again, we just talked about him having his best game yet. So we need Logan Thomas. And then you got Dax Milne, a new name added to the list. He took himself out of, wide receiver drills. Hopefully he's okay because he's more than just a receiver. He's obviously our punt returner. And I know a lot of you guys don't like him back there. Me personally, I'm fine with him because he corrals in the punt. That's all I need from him. Obviously he's not explosive, and that's what probably pisses a lot of us off is he's not explosive and he doesn't hit the hole like we want him to or have the vision. But again, at the end of the day, at least he's not fumbling, right? So take it for what it is. And then full, you have quarterback Taylor Heineke dealing with a back injury. Hopefully, again, even though he was full and it doesn't seem nothing serious, hopefully he's good to go because we can ill afford to lose him at this current moment. That's the end of the injury report for today. Like I said, today was a really solid day. Chase Young, he looked good. And we'll end things off with talking about Taylor Heineke. He said this on Carson Wentz. Heineke said Carson Wentz has been a great teammate since he's arrived in Washington. He and several others of his teammates will be at Wentz's house for Thanksgiving. So that's great to hear. I love that they still have that camaraderie in that team chemistry because, obviously the stigma out there on Carson Wentz is that he's not a good teammate. And he's salty when he loses his role as a starting quarterback. Love to see that that's not the case and that won't be affecting him. And a lot of the group of quarterbacks and whatnot will be at Wentz's house for Thanksgiving. So that's great to hear. But yeah, man, that is the injury report today. Let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section. And everyone, please have a safe and blessed and enjoy your Thanksgiving holiday if you do celebrate it. And as always, it's me and boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Hello to the Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers, so please hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already. Thank you so much. I'm out. Peace. Cost me one time, that's gonna get you popped.